We'll start with Europa Press.
Thank you, Secretary General Ana Pisonero from the Spanish news agency Europa Press. I don't know if you can tell us what is the figure that's estimated that will be needed to sustain in the long run the Afghan security forces. Thank you.
It's much too early to present any exact figure. At the end of the day, that will very much depend on the situation on the ground, because it will be the situation on the ground that will determine the future and long-term size of the Afghan security forces. And obviously, the long-term size of the Afghan security forces will be a very important factor when we are calculating the total cost of sustaining the Afghan security forces. So it's much too early. We will, of course, have to look at that in much more detail.
Tolo TV.
Secretary General, Amir Oren of Haaretz in Israel. NATO has set certain conditions for intervening in Syria, conditions which have not been met up to now. But what happens if Turkey, a major member of NATO, becomes involved in a conflagration with Syria? Will NATO also intervene if Turkey so requests?
Actually, we have not set conditions for an intervention in Syria because we have no intention whatsoever to intervene in Syria. I have stated that on several occasions, and I would like to repeat that. NATO has no intention whatsoever to intervene in Syria.
If Turkey becomes involved with Syria?
We have no intention to intervene in Syria.
Tolo TV, please.
Mr. Secretary General, the growth of Afghan National Army is a concern for some of Afghanistan's neighbor, questioning whether Afghanistan really needs such an army. How NATO can guarantee Afghanistan's neighbor that this is the Afghan army won't be a threat to its neighbor? And second, what is the NATO plan for sustainability of the Afghan army beyond 2014?
Yeah, let me take the latter first. I would like to stress that it is not only a responsibility for NATO or for ISAF to finance the Afghan security forces after 2014. Actually, we see it as a responsibility for the whole international community. That's a very important point. Secondly, we consider the Afghan security forces a defensive force, a force that is necessary to protect and secure the Afghan people and the Afghan society. As we have clearly stated, we will stay committed to Afghanistan and by that also be part of an assurance in the region that we will not leave behind a security vacuum. We will not allow instability to take place in Afghanistan or in the region. I think that's the best guarantee we can provide.
Lady over there.
With regards to last night, what was discussed with regards to the Arab Spring, and what were the reflections made on the current situation in Libya?
First of all, on Libya, there was a broad agreement that Operation Unified Protector, a NATO-led operation with participation of partners, mainly from the region, that operation has been a great success because we prevented a massacre on the Libyan people. We implemented a United Nations mandate to protect the civilian population. We did so in a very careful manner so that we have no confirmed civilian casualties caused by NATO operations, and we have minimized collateral damage in Libya, which makes it easier for Libya to start reconstruction after the conflict. So all in all, it's been a very successful operation, and that was, of course, the first point on which we agreed last night. Secondly, on our partnerships with countries in the region in the wake of the Arab Spring, there is an agreement that we are prepared to enhance our partnerships with countries in the region, including Libya, if the countries so wish. I want to stress that it has to be driven by demand from the countries themselves, but if countries in the region request our assistance in their transformation from autocratic systems into democracies, then we stand ready to assist in areas where we can add value. And I would point to one specific area where I think we have an expertise that could be to the benefit of countries in the region, and that is reforms of the defense and security sector. It is, of course, essential in the transformation from an autocratic system into democracy that defense and the security sector is also put under democratic control. And we have a lot of expertise when it comes to defense reforms, and we stand ready to offer that expertise if so requested.
We have time for one last question. National Public Radio.
Thank you. Terry Schultz with National Public Radio. Mr. Secretary General, if we could talk about the situation with Pakistan, how concerned are you? The closure of the border has now moved into a record number of days, 13 days, I believe. Where is the investigation? Do you have an understanding yet of where the breakdown happened in the conveying of information? And how concerned are you that Pakistan is not cooperating with this investigation?
Obviously, the closure of border crossings is a matter of concern, and we hope that a solution to that can be found in a not too distant future. We have launched an investigation of that very tragic incident, partly because we want to know exactly what happened, and partly because it's also important to learn a lesson from that to prevent such security incidents to happen in the future. We have invited Pakistan to take part in that investigation. From our side, we have a strong wish to see full transparency. We understand very well the Pakistani concerns. And this is the reason why we have invited Pakistan to take active part in that investigation. And I think the right response to a security incident, such a tragic accident, the right response to that is to strengthen our cooperation. It's not less cooperation, it is more cooperation to prevent such incidents from happening in the future.
Thank you very much. This concludes this press conference.